Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we are once again back up in Finglas Test Centre and I'm doing a mock test with the lovely Megan. So you have just recently joined the waitlist, isn't it? So you don't necessarily have your test coming up too soon.
No, not book, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've never done a mock test before, you've done one or two kind of extra lessons.
Yeah,
but today we're going to try to give you the best simulation we can of a test, okay? So the usual kind of, not rules, but the usual kind of way that we do it is I try to give the best simulation with a tablet of what would feel like if you were getting a test, or sorry, a mark going around the corner on a test, coming through a junction, whatever it might be. You hear the little... Try your best to not get distracted by it. Stay as locked in and as focused as you can. But as I said before to all my other students and all the other learners that I have, is that if you do have a question at any time during the mock test, I am here to answer it as best I can for you, okay? I don't want to just sit back and wait until the end and go, by the way, you did that wrong and you could have improved it, okay? If I see it happen a couple of times, I say, okay, just keep an eye out for that, try to tighten it up, and then hopefully by the end of the mock test, we already nearly have it fixed, okay? Sweet. So what we're going to do is we always just pull over just in the corner here at the test centre because we don't like us parking in the car park, which is very fair. So we're just going to loop out and then we'll start it from once we get nearer to the first stop sign, okay? Sweet, lovely stuff. Okay, so this is where we're going to start from, okay? So if we're at the top of the road, we're going to take a left.
That's so faded.
Perfect. On the top of this road here, we're going to take a right, okay? We're going to take the next left just here, okay? At the top of the road, we're going to take a left. At the top of this road, we're going to take a right. What's the next left for me here, okay? where the tree is, the purple. Do you want to just pull over there on the left and stop for me, okay? Just make sure you're not blocking any gardens or any entrances, okay? Okay, so you can knock over your signal there as well. How are you feeling so far?
Grand.
I feel like you're just doing things a little bit fast, are we?
Yeah,
Or is that just kind of the way you're used to kind of driving?
Kind of used to it.
Okay, perfect. So what I want you to keep in mind is, okay, I can tell that you're a natural driver, you're a comfortable driver, but at the moment you're a little bit too comfortable when it comes to like test standard, okay?
Right.
So what you need to keep in mind is like they want to see you do like your positions correctly, lining up correctly, taking your speed around the corners correctly, in a sense of like you're still doing it nice and safe, okay?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
once or twice we're just going a little bit fast. Now, what you might have noticed is we actually would have failed before you even left the test centre, okay?
Oh.
So when we got to the very top of the test centre, the first one you stopped at, the second one you kind of rolled through it. You didn't come to that full stop. Remember I said you have to feel that proper jerk of the brake, okay? So you almost felt it, and then you came off it, rolled again and left.
Oh.
So I was like, no. So you have to come to that full stop, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now again, we're going to keep going with the rest of the mock because you don't know what else you could get, okay?
Yeah.
But just keep in mind they would have marked that as a grade 3 because
Yeah.
you didn't kind of follow the route, as they call it, the traffic controls.
Yeah.
Okay? Your position for turning right, I asked you as well at the same stop line. I said take a right, stop the road. You kept yourself in the middle. Okay, so just remember when you're turning right, tuck yourself into the corner.
Right.
If you're turning left, tuck yourself to the left corner. Okay, you shouldn't be in the middle if there's two directions you can go.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Gotcha.
because if you think about it, if somebody behind you was trying to go left, they didn't have the
They're
ability to do so. You're
yeah.
in the middle. Okay, and then just your observation with your right turns, your left turns, you seem to be checking the mirrors. But right turns, you're kind of just maybe you're giving it a side eye glance.
Yeah.
And I can't see it. Okay, so when you're checking your mirrors, just point your chin where you're looking. Okay, because again,
Yeah.
I have to keep my eyes on the front of the road as well to make sure nobody comes out in front of us, and then in case we need to
Yeah.
react. Okay, so when you're kind of checking your mirrors, just make sure point your chin where you're
Oh,
looking,
okay.
so I can see in
Yeah.
my peripheral vision that you're checking those mirrors. Okay,
Yeah.
by that though, you're still doing quite good, and also just watch your speed on the roads because I can't actually see your speed properly. So just remember, like inside the housing estate is 30.
It's 30, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now again, you're a good driver. You're a comfortable driver, but I think you're getting to the stage where you have one or two little bad habits because you're so comfortable with driving. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here. This is where we're going to do the reverse around the corner. Okay. Do you need any tips, or do you want to just kind of give it a go?
I never tried it before, but I was...
You've never done a reverse around the corner before? Okay. No worries at all. Okay. Do you know how it works or what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, I think you have to leave like an A4 gap or something, is it?
Nobody's going to jump out and check an A4. Okay. You see your distance to the curb now.
Yeah.
So I even opened the door there, okay? Your distance now is quite tight. So even if you were to finish with maybe like double that distance, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay? Main thing you don't want to do is go wide and then bring yourself back in because it'll give you a grade 2 for doing it competently, alright? So you want to try to stay as close to the path as you can. Keep a nice little distance from the path. Your observations are the big one here. Okay, controlling the car with the speed of literally just coming off the brake enough that the car is rolling. That's all the speed you need. Okay, reason being is you want to be able to control it and also do your observations without panicking and feeling like you're losing control of the car.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so main thing is just be checking your mirror, come back, blind spot once or twice, right blind spot once or twice, right mirror, keep an eye because if any car is coming from the front, any car is coming from the back, or coming from that side road when we turn onto it, we have to stop and let them go, and then
Right.
we go again.
Right,
Okay,
okay, yeah.
so we'll give it a go anyway. See how you get on, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Like around this little bend.
Yes,
here,
just
yeah.
around this corner here, okay? And you can just stop when I say so, okay? And just use your usual observations before pulling off, yeah.
I'm obviously not indicating that.
No, so your reverse lights come on and that's an indication that you're
Right.
moving, okay? Nice and slow.
Oh.
Okay, so,
See,
so we've already hit the path, okay? So go into drive for me. Come back up to the tree here. And just tuck in. And it's a bit further up so the back of the car isn't blocking that garden there.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so can you see the path? Or do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
I
what you're
think
allowed to do is you're allowed to
mirror's
point your mirror down.
on. Alright.
Okay, so point your mirror down towards the path so you can see it.
Yeah, it is.
So what I highly recommend getting is, okay, you can get these
The
things,
little
the blind spot
tiny
mirrors,
circles,
yeah,
yeah.
and then just point them down at your back wheel so you can see the path in the wheels without having to adjust your mirror, okay?
Yeah,
so what
yeah.
happens to a lot of people is they can adjust their mirror, but they forget to put it back up
Yeah, and
after
then
it,
you
okay?
can't see.
And then you're like, oh, bollocks, can't see when I'm switching lanes, etc. Okay, so try it now with the mirror pointed down. Just remember, when that path starts to curve, then start the curve with it. Don't turn too soon, okay?
Yeah, right.
But it is a sharp enough turn, so you probably need to turn the wheel a decent bit to get around
Yeah.
it, okay?
Oh, I wish they were electric.
signal moving off, okay?
Oh yeah.
So lock back in for me, you got this. He's also just trying to suss out where he's going. We're going to take the next left, okay? Stuff definitely better there for your approach to the turn.
I'll go off the road.
So she'd be a hazard, so just keep an eye out for her, yeah. Okay, so at the top of this road, when you get around, we're going to take a left, okay?
Yeah.
Be careful how close we're getting to that car there.
Left, did you say?
Yeah. So see that jerk of the brake, that's what you want to feel, okay? Full stop.
And then once you stop, it's alright to like creep it so you can see.
Of course, just you have to do that initial stop first, okay? Just straight down.
And can you fail if you go over a ramp too fast and the instructor's like...
We can take it left here. No, so you'll get a reaction to hazard if you don't slow down for the ramps. Now, if you do it really harshly where it bounces over, then it could be seen as dangerous driving. Yeah. Let's take it from there. And at the very top of this road, we're going to take it left, okay?
I went way too far out.
Yeah, it was quite wide. Be careful with that as well. See where you're pressing the accelerator and it's kind of pulling?
Yeah.
It's just nice and gentle on it, okay? We're going to take the next left. So tuck in. Right in, yeah. And then if you can find somewhere nice and safe to pull over on the left and stop, okay?
I'm going from
So just take your time and find somewhere. Don't need to find the most awkward spot. Like in front of that white car will probably be better for you.
Oh.
Get me? So they'll say you find somewhere nice and safe. So look for a much bigger gap here for you, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Alright.
So even if you want to start moving in, then go over to the bigger tree. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It'd be a lot easier for you to get a nice angle. neutral, yeah, lovely. So in regards to that, when it comes to like the pulling in and stopping, so the tester will say to you a couple of times, okay, Megan, I want you to pull over on the left somewhere nice and safe and come to a stop. But they'll say to you, you find somewhere nice and safe. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they swerve in too quick, they come in at an awkward angle and they hit the path, okay? When they say to you, find somewhere nice and safe, you could literally kind of talk out loud to yourself like, yeah, that gap's a little bit small, I'll wait till the bigger gap there. Yeah, lovely, and pull in. They know that you know where it's safe and where you can pull in nicer, okay?
Instead of just pulling in like the forced opportunity.
Exactly, and then it's too sharp, it's too awkward, you end up at a horrible angle, or you hit the path and that gets you a great tree, okay? So what we're going to do here is going to do the turnabout. Have you ever done one of those before? Kind of like a U-turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there's a kind of structure to it, okay? So you want to pull off, you want to do your usual pull-off manoeuvre, so like Gosh showed before, okay? So gear, observation, signal, handbrake, observation. Pull off, come over to the other side, put the car into neutral, come over to the other side, come to a stop, car into reverse before you pull off, just check both blind spots in the back window. Yeah. Then move off, bring yourself back nice and tight to this path, and then put it back into drive. Left window, right window, and then off you go, okay? Best thing you can do here as well is try to lock out the wheel each direction, because you'll get the best angle for coming forward and back, okay?
Alright.
Right, so whenever you're ready, take your time, and off you go. Just remember to signal off, okay?
And then like...
Yeah, do it that way, then put it into reverse. Left shoulder, right shoulder, the window. Perfect, bring her back. So you don't need this one.
What do you want?
It's just for the initial pull off, yeah. Perfect, I'm going to drive straight now. So that one's not too bad. Do you get me? That was nice and easy. Like I wouldn't mark you for it there because we're just kind of talking you through it. Yeah. But that's kind of the whole layout of it. Just make sure to signal off for your first turn off. Yeah. You're just letting people know you're moving out to the right.
And then you don't have to, while you're like doing it, like turning the second one.
No, because you're already during the manoeuvre. People know you're turning. Do you get me? They know you won't just wait there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive straight down. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so when you're overtaking cars, you're also getting a bit too close to them.
Am I?
Okay, so you're nearly like when it comes to the front of the car, the side of the car is too close. Okay, so always give yourself more distance to move out around them. Especially if they're bringing you through kind of like narrow housing estates and stuff, you know. We're just going to keep driving straight. So see the way we're going to have to try to go around this red car.
Yeah.
So let's move out a little bit sooner. Now we might have to slow down to see where this Ford is going. But yeah, but hold back a bit more. Exactly, yeah. And now you can kind of start to move out. You have a lot more distance to do so, do you get me? Rather than like skimming near it.
Yeah, I got you.
Now at the roundabout, we're going to take the third exit, okay? So remember what I told you earlier about the clock ring, okay?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So move yourself to the right of the lane here, and right signal on. Now you go into the inside part here, okay? I'm going to keep that running for you.
1, 2.
Left mirror, left signal in. There you go. Does that make a bit more sense now? Yeah.
And like, see the way I counted the exits there, will the examiner be like...
No, like, don't get me wrong, I say this to people, like, you can kind of talk out loud to yourself, but you wouldn't want them
Thinking that you're.
thinking that you're not confident in what you're doing. So you can kind of, even in your head, go,
Yeah,
like you can
yeah.
kind of hum it, do you get me?
Yeah.
And in your head, you know what you're saying? Now, see your lane position here? Over towards the left a bit more. You're a bit too close to that middle line, a bit more. Bit more. Trust me. Yeah, about here, okay?
I feel like I'm in them cars.
So this is your position on the straight. It's called the middle to left position, okay?
Oh, because I'm not like taking a right turn.
Move boards,
or
move boards, move boards, move boards. Yeah, so we'd hold it about here. Where our here is perfect, okay?
Right.
Now we know we've got to get around this car now, so yeah, good stuff. Take your time. Do you want me asking what speed you're going?
30.
30?
Yeah.
Oh, I think your car's miles per hour.
Oh.
So you're actually going probably around like 45?
So it's the little red one I'm reading, not the
I
white
will take a
one.
left here. Yeah, so probably the red one then, yeah. Yeah, the red is what you want to read.
Oh.
I was wondering, that's probably why you think you're going 50, but you're probably going around 70.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to go straight down, okay?
Well, that makes sense.
Because I've been sitting back in the car and I'm like, this car feels like it's going very fast for 50 now.
Oh, God. Sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. It's good for you to know. So if you see the MPH, that means miles per hour, okay? The older cars will more so be in miles sometimes, especially if they were like imported from England.
Yeah. You know the way people say, centre your
Okay.
car in the middle of them ramps?
You can
Like-
try, but sometimes you won't have the room to do so.
Yeah, so if you
Okay.
don't, then you go over it like this. Is that
Once you take it nice and slow.
all?
So if you know you're going to go over the side like that, just slow it down.
Yeah, right.
Okay, because they are harsh. They're there because there's a school right beside us. Slow it down,
Yeah.
slow it down. They're not too bad when you take your time going
Yeah.
over them, okay? You just don't want to jam on the brake. So again, you're going to look for the red. So what are you in the red right now in speed-wise?
20.
Yeah. So it makes sense with the ramp because we're slowing down. And then when you pick up the speed, this is a 50 road, okay? Now, this mini roundabout, we're going to take the second exit, okay? So again, read it like a clock. You're coming from 6.
On the right.
Now take your time. This is really tight, okay?
Yeah, it is. And normally I just. People don't really do it proper.
Okay.
I should have signals come out.
Yeah, signal out. But that was good control of the car though. Good stuff. That's the speed you want, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would just put a signal out there.
And what would it be in housing estates? 30 as well?
Yeah, 30. So one of the ways to figure out what speed you're going, because a lot of people struggle with it, especially in Dublin, there's not a lot of speed signs.
Yeah.
So if you're coming down a road, like similar to the one that we were just on, right? And if you look to the side into the housing estates or where there's more houses and you see a 30 sign,
Yeah.
it means the road you're on is 50 because that's showing you a change of speed.
Right.
Okay? So you can assume the one that you're on is 50 because if you're turning in and there's changes to 30, that
Yeah.
means that there's a change of speed, okay?
Alright. I think she's going to go. But
So let's go around her for now, yeah. She hasn't got a signal on. Stuff.
I can't believe I was reading them wrong like the whole time I'm driving.
What, the speed?
Yeah.
That's what I said in my head. I was like, this car feels like it's going faster than it should be. Okay, so we'll take your first exit here at this roundabout, okay? It's a little mini roundabout. Stuff. Now we're going to take the next right, okay? Remember, at the moment it's still 30, okay?
That's mad because I just get told I'm driving too slow.
No. You're going straight through, okay? See if I quiet here at the minute because they're backed up to the yellow box. You can go through yet. Just keep an eye on the ones coming around from the left here. All good, and you go. I'm just going to drive up, okay? Now, if you can imagine going 50 in here with how narrow it is,
Yeah, no, that's
it's just you don't have enough reaction time at all, especially with people coming out from behind cars, okay?
Yeah.
And just where that car is going around there, we're going to take that right turn, okay?
Like up that one-way
Yeah,
street?
just up the one-way street, yeah. And then we're going to go straight up Jamestown Road, okay? Now again, you're not checking those right mirrors before you hit your right signal, okay?
Right.
So it's right up to the line there. Stuff.
And should I be putting this car in neutral and handbrake up at lights, or?
No, you can just keep your foot on the brake.
Right.
The only time you need to neutral and handbrake up is one, if you're on like a really steep incline, you might want to put your handbrake up and put it into neutral. But even at that, most automatic cars have automatic hold.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the test, they're asking you to pull over on the left and stop, then put the car into neutral, handbrake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It probably won't move much with the thing being there.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
You're all
Sorry.
good. You're all good.
I'm actually like, what? Windows get filthy.
I'll be looking back at the footage, going, "When did it rain?
Yeah.
It was a nice sunny day."
And I actually have a question for you when we get up to this Jamestown roundabout. But I won't say it until then because it'll be like real
Well, we're
quick.
actually heading back up into the centre.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. So which roundabout were you talking about?
You know the one that we came up? The Jamestown
Oh,
one?
the one beside Ballymun, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I come this way from Walkwell that way, so I'm going and then I'm taking... Oh, I'll tell you when we stop.
Yeah, no worries.
Which
Sure,
way?
well, when we finish straight up. So when we finish up the mock test, we'll be heading up that way anyway. So you can
Yeah,
ask me,
grand.
Sweet.
Because there's no point in me trying to explain it now.
Yeah, no
You'll
worries.
be
I
like,
get you.
what?
And this is a 50-kilometre road as well.
Oh,
okay?
is it? I thought it was
Yeah.
30.
So again, this is how you'll kind of clock it, right? So you probably see here. So if you just slow it down ever so slightly, see when you look to the right there, you'll see the 30 sign. That
Yeah.
means this road's 50 because it's a change of speed. Okay.
They could just put up signs.
I know. Yeah. Well, they have them at like the start of the roads
Yeah.
or coming onto the roads. It's just sometimes they don't have them more when they should. We'll just take the left here, okay? And then we can just pull back in where we were earlier. Okay, so how are we feeling?
Grand.
You can just knock off the car there for me, okay? Perfect. So, got a few things there that we need to work on, okay? So, again, this is your first mock test. Again, you just said to me as well that you'd never done a reverse from a corner, which I wasn't aware of, okay? So, there's a few things to tighten up on, but it's not the worst, okay? You're a good driver. It's just you need to kind of break down these little bits
Just
and get
tidy
out.
it
Yeah,
up, like,
just tidy
yeah,
it up and
yeah.
kind of get out of one or two bad habits, okay? So, stop sign when you're leaving. Any stop signs, full stop.
Completely, yeah.
Okay, complete full stop. Like you said earlier, you can come to the full stop, and then if you need the people creep out, that's no worries. But you have to make that initial stop. Okay, your right position for your turn coming out of the test centre, you're kind of corrected there near the end.
Yeah.
Just remembering if you're coming up to a left turn, tuck it into the left.
I never knew that. I thought you just...
Yeah,
you
so
just
it's
go,
left.
like-
No. So left turn, tuck it into the left. Right turn, tuck it into the right. Okay, so sometimes you'll have the rows like this. Okay, when you come to the top of them. So if you're turning left, bring the car right into the left. Okay, if you're turning right, bring the car right up here into this little corner. Okay, and then it just means again you're just giving courtesy to other drivers that if you want to take the left Then if somebody wants to come up and take the right, they can if
They
there's
can,
room. Do you get me? Just like again, it's just looking out for other drivers, not trying to take up too much of the road when you don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay. When it came to your reverse, unfortunately, we had to give a grade 3 there, okay, because we hit the path. But again, just work on it. It's your first time ever doing it. Watch a couple of videos on it. Kind of put in the work to try and make it as best you can, okay? Observation with your right turn mirrors, okay? So what I mean by that is when you're taking a right turn, you're kind of just eyes are straight ahead, and then just make your way around it. So just make sure you check your right mirror, or if you want, middle mirror first, then right mirror, hit your signal. Same if you're turning left, okay? Middle mirror, left mirror, hit your signal, okay?
Yeah.
At the moment, you were just kind of like hitting your signal and going around, okay? And again, if you were looking, I wasn't able to catch it because it might have just been a side eye, okay? Signal moving off, that was just with your turnabout, okay? Just always remember to signal off. Whenever you have a static position where the car is stopped, say the tester's asked you to pull on the left and stop somewhere, they might just immediately ask you to just drive on straight. They're just checking how you move off. Do you move off correctly? Do you check your mirrors, your blind spot, and do you hit your signal? Okay, your stopping distance with cars, just letting you know about that as well. Just when you're overtaking some cars, you're stopping very close to them, and then you're swerving out around them, okay? Just give yourself a bit more distance to get around cars. With your accelerator once or twice, you were kind of pressing it and we were kind of pulling back a little bit, okay? Just nice and smooth with the accelerator as best you can. Even you caught this one, the wide left turn.
Yeah,
The turn, you were like, yeah, that was a bit wide.
Yeah, I was actually on the other side of the road.
It's no worries. Signalling out of roundabouts, you also caught that one, okay? And then your speed and approach to turns, this was kind of a big one for me today, okay? It wasn't that you were necessarily jamming on your brake when you got there, but you were still a little bit fast and when you're slowing down kind of at the last second. I want you to try use something again. I'll send you all these notes later, okay? Called MSPSL, right? What it stands for is that when they ask you, okay, Megan, take the next left turn, Megan, take the next right turn, go through these letters in your head, okay? Check your mirror, hit your signal, check your position, check your speed, and have a look. Just to see like if there's anybody trying to cut you across you when you're coming down the road, if you can see down it, if there's any cars parked up that you have to go around. Okay, so mirror, signal, position, speed, look. MSPSL, okay? So anytime you're coming up to a turn, even if you're coming up to a junction or a roundabout, MSPSL. It'll help you remember what you need to do and give yourself the distance to do that before you get there. Because if you leave it till the last minute, that's where you'll jam on the brake or not check your mirror, miss a signal, etc. Okay? So always if you have the junction in view, MSPSL. Okay, just even to get yourself used to it, and then you'll start doing it out of muscle memory. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions about today?
No, just the one about the roundabout. But
okay, we'll cover that later on. Well, look, you did really well.
Thank you. Quite a force, so also I don't know.
You're all good. Look, for your first one again, you can only expect so much. Okay.
Yeah.
They're tough. It's a hard standard test, and again, the stop signs they catch everyone out. That's why I said with this test center, check your stop signs. Okay, you got one there, and then you got one before you leave. Okay.